An emergency session of the Security Council has been held at the UN in New York to discuss the state of the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in Ukraine. They heard calls for the immediate creation of a security zone to shield the facility from fighting. Russia is being urged to allow that to go forward. Well, let's talk this through with Hugo Bachega, who's in the capital, Kyiv, for us. Hugo, has there been a reaction to this from President Zelensky?
Yeah, President Zelensky last night welcomed the call from the International Atomic Energy Agency to create a security zone around this nuclear facility. And yesterday, during this emergency session of the United Nations Security Council, the UN chief, Antonio Guterres, repeated his call for the creation of a demilitarized zone around this station. And he laid out two first steps for the creation of this security zone. He said Russia and Ukraine would have to commit to refraining from military activities in and around the station. And the second step would be that Russia would have to agree to remove its troops from the complex, and Ukraine would have to agree that its troops would not be sent in. Now, it's very difficult to see this demilitarized zone being created, at least for now, because Russia has repeatedly rejected calls to remove its troops from the plant. And yesterday, the Russian ambassador to the United Nations again said that Russian forces are actually protecting this nuclear facility. And for weeks, we've been talking about tensions around this area. And I think now there is a permanent presence of the UN nuclear watchdog, with two inspectors who are now based at the Zaporizhzhia complex, and I think there is the hope that this could lead to a de-escalation of tensions there.
Okay, you say there's a hope, but if Russia isn't on board with this latest idea on the part of the UN and the IAEA, where do we progress?
I think that's the big question. And yesterday, before that meeting at the United Nations, the International Atomic Energy Agency released a long-awaited report after inspectors visited the Zaporizhzhia complex last week. The report said that the monitors had observed damage at several locations, including roofs of buildings, the container with radiation monitoring systems. They said there was no risk of any immediate leak of nuclear material, but they said that if the hostilities don't stop, there will be a risk of a nuclear accident. So it really shows how concerned these inspectors are and experts are with the conditions there at the nuclear facility. I think there's also a lot of concern over the situation of the Ukrainian staff operating this facility. The report by the IAEA said they are working under high stress, pressure, saying that the situation is unsustainable. But unless there is a deal with the Russians to remove the military presence that the Russians have at the moment, I don't think that the situation, we're going to see any kind of de-escalation in the tensions there at this complex.
Okay, Hugo Bachega for now. Thank you.